have no problem losing to Michael. Losing to Michael, there's no shame in that. Sports are like a gunfight. And we lost to the fastest gun. You know, because people always tell me he's handsome. He's not handsome. You know, he's not handsome.
You don't think he's handsome?
No, I don't. I think anytime you get $300, $400, $500 million, you become handsome.
Kind of cute then when he first started, before he had the first Air Jordan? Didn't you think he was kind of cute?
No.
No.
But then if I get the rest of the guys laughing at him, he'll always bring the winner thing up. How many rings you got? He always throws that up there.
Scouting reports on certain guys, and you look at the scouting report and they say, well, you can take your right hand away, take your left hand away, push him this way, push him that way. On him, it's just like, good luck. Yeah, so he was special in that way, yeah. Plus he had a will like no other player that I ever played against. Certain guys I can get to mentally, but him I could never get to mentally. And believe me, I tried my best. But, you know, he was that special player that you couldn't break his will. You know, if anything, you just taking him to another level.
We knew Michael Jordan was the greatest player, and we tried to use it as a rallying cry to come together. We had to do everything from a physicality standpoint to stop him.
Detroit had Jordan rules just for Michael. I don't know how he came out of it alive.
I compared Michael Jordan to nobody, because for him to survive that and still maintain that greatness, I mean, it's very unparalleled.
Michael Jordan was probably the most, first off, he was probably the one out of professional sports. He was here where everybody else was here. Michael Jordan was revered as a machine.
Was he more criticized
Are
than
you
LeBron?
serious? He was selfish. He didn't trust anybody else. Say he still won. And right when you said he couldn't do it, he came out, he won, and he and you was like, you know what? I'm rolling with this kid here. And you saw how hard he wanted it. You saw how hard he was going. And this was Magic and Bird still in the lead.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
Well, Magic went back. Remember when they were
man saying basketball, when basketball was on the verge of losing it, when we had addicts, and when guys came in camp overweight, who do you think started coming in camp in shape, ready to go day one? Who started that?
I agree.
Michael Jordan.
What was your trash talk with Michael like? Was there a level of respect toward each other?
Always. I mean, I wouldn't have, without Michael Jordan, I wouldn't have had the vision. You know what I mean? He made me want to play basketball. You know, I honestly wanted to be like Mike. You know what I mean? And, you know, that commercial meant so much to me because I was one of the people that wanted to be like Mike. So I owe a lot to him. That's why I thanked him the way I did in my Hall of Fame speech, because, you know, I really believe that as a basketball player, if it wasn't for Michael Jordan, there wouldn't be nothing.
He was extremely open to having a relationship, a mental relationship, giving me a great amount of advice, an amazing amount of detail, strategies, workout regimens, and things like that. So, seriously, I don't think people really understand the amount of impact that he's had on me as a player and as a leader. So if I was fortunate enough to come here, right, if that trade had happened and I'd be here, it's not a pressure situation to live up to what he's done. It's more like, man, can I carry on this man's legacy? Can I do it justice? Right? Can I represent Chicago the way that it should be represented in his honor? So just a tremendous, tremendous amount of influence.